Hello. Good evening. Good evening.
Hey, good evening.
Hey, what happened? What happened to you, jolly like mood? You look so disturbed. Are you?
Yeah, kind of disturbed. More, I think I am a bit confused.
Confused. May I know why?
Why? What? Madam, are you Ramba? Menaka? What? You just descended from heaven? I don't understand. Nothing bothers you? Can't you even understand what is happening around the world?
What?
You know, right, this Nepal thing? The Genji strike?
Yes?
You know, there is a Russia-Ukraine war. So many wars around the world. This tariff thing, you know, right? Okay, take example of Corona, the pandemic. Everything is chaos. I'm just thinking, why God the Supreme has created this world? He is everything. He is all knowledge, all power, all beauty. Still, He chooses to create this imperfect world. I just don't understand. And it is not
Is it?
everything, no.
Okay, carry
See,
on.
my point is, if He has created this world, He could have created a more beautiful world with love, life, truth. Instead of all this suffering, death, darkness, wars, everything. So difficult. Now you tell me, do you have an answer for this? How can it be so normal? Yes, it is.
Okay. The questions that you raised today here, I don't think you are the only person who has such questions. This is the question of almost every person in this world. Even those who are sitting here. Isn't it? If God the Supreme, why did He create this world? That's your first question, right?
Yes.
Look, what is this?
See it?
Just a seed?
Yeah. Of course, it has a latent possibility of becoming a tree. But you see it?
Exactly. Becoming a tree, it will fulfill its real purpose.
How?
Because it is in its nature, isn't it? It is only when it becomes a tree that's exactly it is here for, isn't it?
Okay. But how does it even relate to my question?
As I just said, that only when this seed will manifest into a full tree, it is only then that it will fulfill its purpose. It is in its nature. Similarly, the divine in his nature has this possibility to exteriorize himself. If he does not exteriorize himself, it will happen just like a tree. This seed, if it does not grow into a tree, what will happen? It will just decay. Similarly, as and when, if divine does not exteriorize himself, he does not fulfill his purpose of existence.
Okay. But does he really need to exteriorize himself? I'm not getting it.
Okay, let me explain to you in a lighter note. Few years back, you were all alone, single.
Yeah.
You had a good job. You earned big fat salary, isn't it?
Okay.
You had everything that would make you happy. Still, you decided to get married, have children. Why?
Like everybody to be happier?
You felt that if you get married, have children, you can see happiness through others' eyes. That is the reason that you wanted to get into this multiplicity. You thought that if you get married, you can be more happier. Similarly, the divine, he manifested into different forms to see the delight to see the delight of becoming many in its principle. That's the reason.
Okay. Oh, now I got it. Okay, but how about the second question?
Even if he created this world, why is it full of suffering, death, isn't it?
Exactly.
See, even this is a question that has been raised to the mother. And to this, she has answered in the form of a very beautiful story, the story of creation. Come, let's dive into this adventurous journey,
Oh,
the story of creation.
let's go.
It was the hour before the gods awake. Across the path of the divine event, the pure, foreboding mind of night, alone in her unlit temple of eternity, lay stretched immobile upon silence mark, almost one felt of faith impenetrable in the somber symbol of her eyelids, the abyss of the embodied infinite, a passion-led zero of divine.
God, the Supreme, was all alone. And one day, he decided to exteriorize himself, objectivize himself, in order to have the joy of knowing himself in detail. So first, he emanated his consciousness, his Shakti, the Supreme Mother. Then he gave her the task to realize a universe. So, to begin with, This consciousness, we can call her the Supreme Mother or the Divine Mother, started by emanating four beings, four individualities, which were indeed altogether very high beings of the highest reality. They were the being of consciousness, light. The being of love, Ananda. They were supremely powerful beings. They were the first emanations, and the first law of creation was freedom of decision. They themselves moved free accordingly to their individualized conscious will. Each one became very conscious of its qualities, its power, its capacities, its possibilities, and suddenly forgot each in its own way that it was only an emanation and an incarnation of the Supreme. Ego captures them. Of consciousness or light separating itself from the origin or the divine consciousness, it started thinking that it itself is the divine consciousness. I am the divine consciousness, and there is nothing other than myself. It suddenly became obscurity and inconscience. of love, or Ananda, was convinced that it was the Supreme Ananda. I am all love with Supreme Ananda. There is no love other than myself. I have the ecstasy of my own, which I can give to all. Love or Ananda turns into suffering. The being of life thought all life was in itself. I do not depend on anyone because everything is in me and I am the Supreme. Life turns into death. Similarly, the being of truth thought it contained all truth. I am the supreme truth. There is no other truth than myself. This sense of supremacy converted to falsehood. Now, the Asuras started their own game.
Oh my God. Did you see that? It was magical. They thought and they got converted. You know, love thought it was supreme. Then it got converted into suffering. Then truth, again it thought it was the supreme and then got converted to falsehood, isn't it?
No, it's
Oh.
not the way you think.
Then?
See, the room is full of light, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, what is the source of this light?
Electricity?
Okay, let me switch off the
No, please. I am very much scared of you. Just talk like that, please.
Okay. What will happen if I turn up the lights?
It will be dark.
Right. So only if I turn off the lights, that means when it gets disconnected from the source, it is only then that the room will be dark. That is, the absence of light is darkness. Darkness is nothing in its
Okay.
existence. Similarly, when this light got disconnected from its source, the Supreme, the Divine Mother, from its origin, it got deformed into darkness. And similarly, when life got disconnected from its source,
Let me tell. It will be death.
right.
Yeah.
So this is how it happened, that when these emanations, the Supreme Mother whom the Supreme Mother had created with full of love to take this creation ahead, love, life, light, truth, when they got disconnected from their origin, they got deformed into this kind of asuras.
Oh, so she must be devastated. What did she do then? The Supreme Mother.
Come, let's see.
Okay.
Oh, it did not succeed. See, what has happened? Now, what is to be done? I need thy help.
Begin again, but try to manage in such a way that the beings do not become so independent. They must remain in contact with you and through you with me. Thrust yourself into a new emanation, an emanation of the essence of love, down into the most material matter.
Now, she created some new emanations. created. Now, Aditi sent them to start their work.
Oh my God, what was that? It was a fierce battle. Even God couldn't succeed. How is it possible?
Yes. Tell me one thing. When you joined the college as a fresher,
Yeah.
you were a brilliant student in your school
Yeah.
and you were so talented, so skilled. You were good at everything, isn't it?
Yeah, that.
Still,
Yeah.
you were afraid of something in the college days, right?
Oh, that brutal seniors and their ragging. Oh my God, you don't even talk about that. It was so horrible. They just joined 2 years back before us and they made our life just hell. Even if I think now, I get goosebumps. It's just like a nightmare.
Similarly, as the Asuras, they had come into the matter long before the gods. And so, technically, in your terms, they were the seniors to the gods.
Oh, okay.
So, even if the Supreme Mother tried to create them with full of perfection to take this creation ahead, still, since the Asuras had come long before, they couldn't cope up with the gods could not cope up with the Asura. And this is what happened.
So you mean Asuras were ragging the gods? Oh, quite interesting.
That's what you can say. Don't you remember when you see in Vishnu Purana how Indra used to hide away from the Asuras, from their wrath?
Yeah, every time I switch on the TV, I see Indra running around all the gods, Vishnu or Brahma, every time, very often it happens. Now it is making sense. Why they are scared.
And it was in this way that the world turned into a battlefield.
Oh, okay.
So you must be wondering what happened next.
Yeah, it is just, I'm not able to process.
She is the Divine Mother, the all compassionate, the all merciful Mother. How can she leave the world in such a way? So, a seed was sown. a seed which was the very epitome of the material existence, a grain that was the epitome and symbol of this material creation. That seed is called the earth. Now let's have a look what happens next.
Yeah, okay.
Then again, the Divine Mother turned to the Supreme, asking for suggestion. With the command of the Supreme, she plunged into the matter to the deepest inconscient. In this manifestation, the two terms are involution and evolution. By the involution, we mean a self-concealing of the divine in a descent of which the last rung is matter. By the evolution, a self-revealing of the divine in an ascent of which the last rung is spirit. Sri Aurobindo is asserting that evolution is not primarily about external progress, not about refining the body, technology, or social systems. Instead, its true essence lies in the evolution of consciousness, the awakening, expansion, and perfection of our inner being. Divine, being in the matter, started working on it to develop it, to make it more perfect, so that the very purpose of creation would be fulfilled in a material way. From matter itself, life started and created plants. And then this immersed vital consciousness created animal, rather a more evolved than plants. There also, it didn't pause, and then came the consciousness of mind, of which this man, human being, is the result. Man came with the soul in him, the psychic being, the divine flame, the spark of consciousness. That is a miniature of the original divine light, truth, love, life. This presence of psychic being in man made him superior to all beings. The psychic being is the result of that descent after the gods. Only human beings have it, and that's what makes humanity so superior to the gods.
Oh, now a little bit relaxed. I am now happy.
Right?
See, I think we are the greatest creature of this evolution. Isn't it?
The Supreme had created the earth so that it would act as a medium to reclaim back the emanations for the fulfillment of the purpose of the divine. But as you said, we the human beings till now indeed are the greatest creation, but not the final one.
What?
We are just transitional beings.
Transitional.
As you can see, though we have evolved from animals, but still, don't we have that animal nature within us?
Yeah.
We still, as you have read in your social studies, man is a thinking and speaking animal. We have most of the nature within us as the animals. But we have within us the possibility of becoming the divine, of manifesting the divine within us. That is, one step is an animality and one leg is towards the divinity.
Oh, that is why transitional.
Right.
Okay. So, what happened to the Asuras then?
Coming back to the stories. The Asuras, they were better off with the game. They thought and they consented. They consented to cooperate the divine for the fulfillment of the divine purpose. And they used their freedom on the side of the divine. They wanted to fulfill the divine's will. But though they consented, habits. See, if we are bound by our habits. Similarly, the Asuras too, they were bound by their habits. They used their freedom not to fulfill the divine's will, but to glorify themselves. They wanted to help the divine just to glorify themselves, to fulfill their heart's desires.
Oh. So, they enter into or they became human.
How they became? By becoming humans or as humans. They entered into the human race to get connected with the human soul, the psychic. So this is how they consented to fulfill the divine will.
Okay.
But again, as I said, bound by their habits, they wanted to fulfill their own desire. This is how things became difficult upon earth and delaying the ultimate consummation. But as I said, she is the divine mother. The process continued. The earth continued to evolve and it is still evolving. The supreme truth has manifested.
Okay. You have anything to show this time?
Yes, we'll see. But did you notice something?
What?
That the earth has not taken any break till now?
Oh, that's wonderful. Now I just think, are we really created by this earth which has never stopped evolving? What is killing me inside is that why did I not remember anything about my past life? Do you remember your past life?
No. It's not the way you think. You look the way you think. That's not how you assume. That's not the real story. What do you think? Can you explain me?
See,
About the mythological stories, are you thinking?
no, I am a bit confused. when we watch the TV serials, you see the gods, they do whatever they want, they manifest with all their powers. Now with this, what I understand, we are even more powerful than gods and asuras because of the psychic being. So I think these asuras, I can just kill them like this, and then I can have more money. I can live like a king. You know, right? But look at me, this little creature, just struggling by myself. I just wonder, why can't I realize all my powers?
Silly, still you are thinking the same. Look, let me explain to you in this way. Remember our monkey Chimpu?
Yeah. Chipu, what?
Just imagine if tomorrow he is declared as the Prime Minister of India.
Wait.
What will
What?
happen?
What? Doesn't even make sense. Chimpu, Prime Minister. Okay, with all due respect to his sentiment, in case he wills to become the Prime Minister, I think first he has to become a human with all capacity of a human being. Isn't it?
Exactly. That's what I wanted to say. As Chimpu, though he has the capacity, hidden capacity within him to become a Prime Minister, to become human, but still, as he is in the animal nature itself, so he has not turned into a human being. Similarly, we have the all potentialities within us. The psychic being is within us. The divine vibration is around us. We have that power, we have the potentialities within us to become the divine, to manifest the divine. But as long as we are in this lower nature, as long as man thinks only about himself, the moment we wake up in the morning, what do I eat? What do I do? How much do I earn? These are the thoughts that kill us every moment. So, as long as we are thinking only about I, me and myself, we obstruct the possibilities, the higher possibilities of turning into the divine. But now the time has come. Yes, now the time has come. Mother says that once we are in search of our psychic being, when we are governed by the psychic being, when we are truly in for the adventure, then we shall definitely be driven by it.
Okay. So, how do we know how to accomplish such a great aim? Can you tell me?
Yes, it is for this reason. We are not to do that. Sri Aurobindo, through his intense sadhana for 40 years, has brought down a force upon this earth, has manifested this force which will make this happen. That's the supramental force.
Supramental force. What is that?
Supramental force. Till now, how much ever the highest spiritual force has descended, this is beyond all those forces. As whatever man has been aspiring right from the very bottom of his being, that he is bound to get. That is what Sri Aurobindo did his sadhana for. 40 years.
What? Are you kidding? 40 years. He did for us.
And as you were asking, how can we find that? It is for this reason that the Divine Mother, the all-compassionate, the all-loving Mother descended in human form. It is not us who can do that. It is only when we surrender ourselves to her, it is she who will take this responsibility ahead.
Oh, now it is making sense.
That is why Mother says, if only man consents to be spiritualized, it is only then that it can happen.
Okay, got it. So I think we have a bigger responsibility and even bigger opportunity.
How How do you think you will do that?
I think from now onwards, I am going to renounce all my worldly thing and completely dedicate myself to yoga.
Again.
What?
Again.
What did I do?
This is another mistake. That's not, the time has changed. Now the time has come that instead of doing physical individual sadhana, now the time has come to get into the collectivity. Earlier we used to think that only if we get into the caves, we go somewhere into the forest. That is what is called sadhana or spiritual life.
Isn't
It
it?
is only if we meditate. It's not confined to that.
Oh.
Now, as Sri Aurobindo says, that now the time has come to get into the collective work. The more and more this force reaches to every corner of the world, the more we try to be in contact with this force, the rapid will be the transformation.
Okay. So this message of truth must reach every individual. I think it must reach every corner of the world. Isn't it?
Yes, that's the need of the hour. That we need to carry this message to every corner of the world. That's why Mother has said, now a conscious group has to be formed. Aspiring communes have to come up to take this message of truth, to take the message of Sri Aurobindo to every corner of the world with its essence, without diluting the essence, to take the message as it is. So this is our bigger role. And not only that, it is only when we get into the place where we live only for the divine, we work only for the divine, we come together as a commune. The more aspiring communes will come up. It is only then that we can start leading a conscious life in a collectivity. See, there are many such aspiring communes that are coming up.
Oh, all these study circles. So this is why you brought me to this camp.
Exactly. And above all, look at this place where we are today. This, which we say AUROVILLE, it's a vision of the mother. This has been created, Mother says, that the whole world will live consciously, not for themselves, not to earn their own living, but for a higher cause, to live for the divine. And in the chapter, AUROVILLE chapter, the very first point that Mother says is, one has to be a living servitor of the divine consciousness. It is only then that the whole world will go towards that great golden transformation. Now it is up to us to decide whether we want to be a participant in the future endeavor or we still want to be in the past.
Now it is making sense. Thank you very much. I was so worried. I was so confused. Now I understand why you behaved like an angel there. You were just like Ramba or Menaka that time. I was like, how? How are you not so disturbed?
Let's all come together and participate in this great work. And there is an open summon by Sri Aurobindo. He too has given the choice. It's only up to us that we have to decide. Come, let's get together and be a part of this golden transformation.
Okay. Thank you.
The hour of God. There are moments when the Spirit moves among men, and the breath of the Lord is abroad upon the waters of our being. When even a little effort produces great results and changes destiny. Unhappy is the man or the nation which, when the divine moment arrives, is found sleeping or unprepared to use it, because the lamp has not been kept clean for the welcome, and the ears are seen to the fall. But thrice woe to them who are strong and ready, yet waste the force or misuse the moment. To them is irreparable loss or great destruction. In the hour of God, cleanse thy soul of all self-deceit and hypocrisy and vain self-flattery, that thou mayst look straight into thy spirit and hear that which summons thee. All insincerity of nature, once thy defense against the eye of the master and the light of the ideal, becomes now a gap in thy armor and invites the blow. Even if thou conquer for the moment, it is worse for thee, for the blow shall come afterward and cast thee down in the midst of thy triumph. But being pure, cast aside all fear, for the hour is often terrible, a fire and a whirlwind and a tempest, a treading of the winepress of the horse of God. But he who can stand up in it on the truth of his purpose is he who shall stand. Even though he fall, he shall rise again. Even though he seems to pass on the wings of the wind, he shall return. Nor let worldly prudence whisper too closely in thy ear, for it is the hour of the unexpected.
gratitude to the Divine Mother, and I would like to thank the entire team who has put tremendous effort to